What is up, everybody? It's Razor26 back with some more Dark Souls 2, and I've been gone for a very, very long time. I'm really sorry about that. I've been a bit sick and just doing stuff. Been busy lately. It's almost the end of the year, and I've had postseason wrestling practices and just been, doing school, meat-related activities. But here we actually fight the Sentinel Demons. I was thinking about putting a bunch of the other attempts on. That'd probably take like a year to actually show all that footage, because I don't even know if I had all of it. I kind of just decided to record it at random points, knowing that I'd probably lose that one fight. So literally at the beginning of this recording is when I started recording. That was the beginning, and I just decided I'm gonna record this attempt, and I got it, and I was like, yes. And it's I summoned the AI summon and the just a random person, and the random guy was pretty cool because being the magic guy would take one sentinel on, he would keep the other one busy, which is really the difficulty of where this fight comes from, is trying to telegraph the moves and make sure that you're not getting hit while you're attacking one, you're not getting hit by the other, which is really why the fight is difficult, and why multiple boss fights are difficult is really just knowing when to attack it. They can usually take a long time, like another fight coming up, which I just execute incredibly well. But yeah, fighting these guys, having a ton of fun doing so. And this is really just a strategy. I just stick with this magic dude. I probably should have rolled through that, but I wasn't very confident in my rolling ability. Well, the other guy just pretty much tanks the other guy for me. I mean, he didn't even have to do damage to him the entire time. Like, I really would not have cared if he did. It was just really keeping the guy busy, which is really what it comes down to. But I have done this fight on subsequent playthroughs with just a AI summon, and I can probably do it with just myself, but it'd be really tedious, and I'd rather not do that. I'll probably do it as my magic character, which I am in love with. And it's really good. There's some aspects of the sorcery, and not just even sorcery in general, just general magic, pyromancies included, that are just really, really good. Sorry about that, there was a phone call. Anyways, yeah, we end up finishing the fight, killing the final sentinel, and I waved this guy goodbye, and I'm like, bye, thanks for your assistance. And he ends up actually disappearing before I'm able to do so. I go and check this door, finding out it's not an actual door, but it's really the door on the other side that's broken, which if you go under instead of going, staying on the level part where you find Interpol's anti-terrorism squad, which just camps in the goddamn building. If you just stay on the main floor and you go to the left, if you just go down the stairs and there's a ladder, it's the same door. I know. I'm really just solving the lore of this game by finding out what doors lead to random places. There you find like 3 homeward bones, which end up becoming incredibly useless later in the game, as you will see much farther. It's not even a spoiler. You get an item called the Aged Feather, which just is unlimited homeward bone uses. And I run through here, and I'm like stupid at this part. Like, I just have no idea what happens. I'm like, oh, explosions, that's cool. Okay, bye. And it's one of those like double take moments. You're like, really? Did that just happen? And I don't even know what actually is inside there. I think it's one of those. Well, you'll see the enemy, I think, coming up. They're like mummies, but they explode in fire. I think it's one of those guys in just a super aggro suicide range, where he just lunges at nothing, expecting you to walk past a cell, which you could really just. I run past it every time. Sorry for the voice crack. Every other time I've come through that, I've just ran past there, and something explodes, and I'm look back with like a not amused face, and just like, that's cool, and keep walking. Then you go find the bonfire. Then down here, there's a Pharaoh's Lockstone, or key door thing, and you're gonna want to do this one, because this leads to a very exciting place that will become known as Belfry Sol, and also known as one of my least favorite areas in the game. Mostly because you'll see later And by the way, it does involve multiplayer. Part of the reason, don't necessarily... I like the multiplayer of the game. I've gotten much more into it since using a sorcerer character. Everyone who's complaining on the Pharaoh's Lockstone video, I rebuttal your stupid comments. At least if you're to come at me, use some type of logic. So, don't just be like, oh, you sucks. People just complaining about everything, which is a totally different video, which I really can't wait to do. And it's really good when people make comments on something, like a video of yours, and midget! And it's somewhat hateful in a way, and then you actually talk to them and you give them reasons, and you actually start to talk to them, and they kind of like see your side, and you kind of find out, like, oh, well, that was my mistake. And then there's some people who are just assholes, and I don't like those people. But there's two guys who I did it with, and you know who you are, and thank you very much for being fantastic, decent people. That's awesome. Everyone else who's hating on the videos with no really, like, real purpose of doing it, just, there's really better things to do in life. Like, you could be doing something. I don't know what, if there really is a space for you, but you could be doing something. Anyways, we're talking to midgets. We find a bunch of midgets on the ground or dead. Just kidding, they're dolls created by some princess or something. Oh, look, a fog wall. This is gonna be awesome. You know what this means. It's multiplayer time. And I'm like prepared for it, and I'm waiting for it to happen. And I believe in this instance, it actually just goes away. And I actually tried to crit out. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this Forest Covenant type area. I'm not in the mood currently. No, this one actually does succeed. Never mind. I think there's actually 2 weird PvP fights in this, both of which I just get wrecked in. And this is obviously before the Pharaoh's Lockstone video was made. In terms of me actually playing the game, obviously not in dates of which they were uploaded, because those are like a month apart. I really need to make a video about the thing. Anyways, you end up seeing me fighting this guy who's using some type of bleed weapon. I don't actually know what that is. Watching this, oh no, I think he switches to a scimitar. Do scimitars still do bleed? I don't even know. I really can't tell what that weapon is, but he switches to some weapon that does bleed damage, and I believe I switched to a broadsword, and I end up getting beaten in this. Kind of sucks, and I really didn't like how he walked upstairs, so I would aggro the midgets. And yes, there are midgets upstairs, and they are very annoying, because they're really low to the ground, and some weapons don't have a good time attacking them. I swear to God, I put my shield up here. But yeah, this guy ends up trying to guard brick me. I end up backstabbing him from behind, which is fantastic. Let the lag stab comments come in. I'm pretty sure whether there's lag or not, he still would have gotten hit by that. Yeah, and just, it would have hit anyways. And those complaining about lag stabs or whatever, it would not have mattered. And those saying, there's no lag, you just suck, which are weird how 2 sides of this community, which has these rules, which are really made up. Like, they're made up. No one has to follow them. And they're like, oh, everyone knows these rules, but then there's these 2 sides where like, there is lag, there is not lag. And it's kind of stupid. I literally had a guy fighting me who teleported across the bridge to backstab me. I rolled out of the way, tried to give myself some distance. He was using some big weapon. I was using sorceries. And then he, like, teleports across the bridge and puts a sword in my back. And now with the story, we find another Solomon Gundy advancing through the story. And then we open up what is probably the most amazing door in any game. You're going to get this awesome item, and it's just going to be really cool. Just kidding, it's a skeleton. Anyways, we open up this gate, which leads you to an area. And we're going to explore that area. The area is really cool. There's a lot of really fantastic stuff. First, you're going to want to kill this Royal Swordsman, which I actually, now that I think about it, never remember killing. And I came back here on another time, and I saw him again, and I was like, I never knew this was here, because I have short-term memory loss. Anyways, up on top of there are like 3 crossbowmen, and they'll shoot stuff at you. And we're going to see what's through that door next time. Sorry about the cliffhanger, but it's really not a good one. Rate, like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff, share it to your friends, and I will see you guys later.